Okay, quadratic formula. We're going to talk about ways to solve polynomials. We've talked about graphing them. And when we graph them, we can find the roots. We talked about finding the vertex. This might be a good time to kind of think to yourself, how do I do that? The axis of symmetry, the minimum, the max. And our roots are our x-intercepts, where it will cross the x-axis. Okay, so we could go through the processes of graphing this. Think about to yourself a review. Or I can show you the handy-dandy quadratic formula. The quadratic formula is something you're going to want to know. You're going to want to know the opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Eventually it will roll off your tongue that quickly. When a does not equal 0, and this is greater than or equal to 0. We'll talk later about the discriminant. Okay, but for our purposes today, we're going to talk about solutions. This is the next section in your textbook. And I will tell you that page 586 will be helpful to find those roots. Okay? So remember, when we have an equation in standard form, this is our A, this is our B, and this is our C. So basically all we're doing is substituting in and evaluating that side of the expression. So here we go. The opposite of B is the opposite of 9, so negative 9. Plus or minus the square root of 9 squared minus 4 times 1 times 14 all over 2 times 1. Okay? Here we go. We're just going to evaluate. The opposite of 9 plus or minus the square root of 9 squared is 81 minus 4 times 1 is 4. And 4 times 14 is 56. All over 2 times 1. Okay? Negative 9 plus or minus the square root of 81 minus 56. 25 all over 2. Now we have 9 plus or minus, what's the square root of 25? 5 all over 2. This plus or minus deals for the fact that we're pulling out a positive 5 or a negative 5. Okay? So now we get down to this. 9 plus 5 divided by 2, or 9 minus 5 divided by 2. 9 plus 5 is 14 divided by 2. 9 minus 5 is 4 divided by 2. 14 divided by 2 is 7. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Either one of these values substituted in for x will make this equation true. Okay? Just substituting in and evaluating an expression. I'll do one more with you. X squared plus 5 minus 6 equals 0. Here we go. Opposite of b, negative 5. Plus or minus b squared, 5 squared, minus 4 times a times c. Caution here for c. C is negative 6. Okay? All over 2 times 1. The opposite of 5, plus or minus 25. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times negative 6 is negative 24. Minus negative 24 becomes plus 24. All over 2. Negative 5 plus or minus the square root of 25 plus 24 is 49. All over 2. Negative 5 plus or minus 7 all over 2. Negative 5 plus 7 divided by 2. Negative 5 minus 7 divided by 2. Negative 5 plus 7 is 2 divided by 2. Negative 5 minus 7, negative 12 divided by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, or negative 12 divided by 2 is negative 6. Okay? Now, I want you to realize that there may be times when you solve this. For example, here's one, that it's not in standard form. How can I get it to standard form? Yes, it's subtract 8 from both sides. So it becomes 2x squared minus 3x minus 8 equals 0. And then we substitute in again. Sometimes when you do this, you may end up with a decimal as your answer. Okay? Let me go back to that one where we subtracted, and let's try this one together. The opposite of b. B is negative 3, so it becomes 3 plus or minus b squared, negative 3 squared, minus 4 times 2 times negative 8, all over 2 times 2. 3 plus or minus the square root of 9. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 8 is 64. Negative plus 64. All over 4. Then we go to 3 plus or minus the square root of 73. All over 4. This is going to be one of those times. Okay? So now we have 3 plus or minus, what is the square root of 73? Well, it's going to be 8 point something because 73 falls between 64 and 81. 8 squared and 9 squared. I can't find the square root that one here. So this. Oh, there it is. 8.54. We're going to go to the hundredths place. Okay? All over 4. So now I have 3 plus 8 and 54 hundredths divided by 4. And 3 minus 8 and 54 hundredths divided by 4. It's going to be one of these. So we get 11 and 54 hundredths divided by 4. Or we get negative 5 and 54 hundredths divided by 4. Okay, so 11 and 54 hundredths divided by 4 is about 2 and 89 hundredths, or negative 5 and 54 hundredths divided by 4 is negative 1 and 39 hundredths. Okay? All right, you may do the rest on your own and check with me.